October 30th, 2008, the day I started watching Survivor. Now, if those don't know, I love Survivor. It's my favorite show of all time. I love it so much, I made a separate channel where I talk about all about my thoughts on Survivor and even other reality shows as well. Well, Survivor, but I said other reality shows as well. So, I'll leave the link down in the description if you guys want to check that out. I will. A few videos already on that channel already if you guys want to check that out. But I'm one of the biggest Survivor fans I know, honestly. And also around that time is when a certain show started airing on Cartoon Network. And it's a show I've been obsessed with ever since. And of course for the show I'm talking about is Total Drama Island! Now I think I talked about Total Drama a few times on this channel. I think I did a couple of ranking videos on this channel. And I think I did the best episodes list a while back. And again, I love Total Drama. I love the show. I remember this time I used to be obsessed with Total Drama. I think those are, yeah, like the DLC came out also around 2009 and everything. That I was obsessed with watching this show. I was obsessed with going back to this show, rewatching it, looking back on everything. Like, I was obsessed. And I really was. It was around time again. Survivor certainly made sense. And it's crazy how the franchise is still going on, so it's obviously it definitely had a lot of ups and it definitely had a lot of major downs. Yeah. I was gonna know that at least the last couple of seasons of the current reboot, at least actually pretty solid seasons. I was like, oh, this is why I love Total Drama. This is why I love the show. So I figured I started doing this after the series. I figured I'd talk about Total Drama. I'm actually only just going to talk about Total Drama Island in this part because no matter I probably would talk about the whole franchise, but you know, there's probably so much except there's actually so much to say about every season of Total Drama that I figured why not make them separate videos. So I think most of them I'm talking about the first 3 seasons on this series, mostly because that's what I had the most nostalgia with, and because when we do videos on the other ones, I'll happy to do that. But for this specific series, it's mainly going to be focused on the first 3 seasons. And I decided I'm going to make them into separate nostalgia trip videos because there's a lot to say about all those seasons. So I don't want to make them overly long, so I figured, why not just make them very separate? So let's talk about the greatness that is Total Drama Island! Tell mom and dad I'm doing fine. You guys are on my mind. You asked me what I wanted to be, and I think the answer is plain to see. I wanna be famous. I wanna live close to the sun. Pack your bag, cause I've already won. Everything to prove, nothing in my way. I'll get there one day. Cause I wanna be famous. Na 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 na. I wanna be famous. I wanna be famous. Na 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 na. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had to do that. sorry, guys. I had to do that. Yeah, but anyway, for those who aren't familiar with Total Drama, I'm pretty sure everybody knows Total Drama at this point, but those who aren't unfamiliar, Total Drama Island is basically a parody of reality shows. It's basically taking the stuff you know, like, Survivor, Big Brother, Fear Factor, Amazing Race, all those shows, and basically doing a parody version of it, like poking fun at a lot of aspects involving those shows. Those reality shows, and I think that's actually a pretty good concept, especially if you do animate that way. You have a lot more to obviously get away with when it comes to animation. I think it aired like 2007 originally in Canada before it aired on 2008 Cartoon Network. I think I remember when they first aired, I was like, oh, Total Drama, and oh, Total Drama, I might get into watch this because it was around the time I got into Survivor. So I watched it and I ended up loving it instantly. And I think the more I watched Total Drama, the more invested I became and figured out what's going to happen. And also, for this video, I actually did rewatch the entire show. Actually, I did rewatch all 26 episodes Yeah, you know, 26 episodes. At least in the first 3 seasons, there are 26 episodes. So I decided to rewatch all 26 episodes to see what my thoughts have changed on Total Drama Island. And I say my thoughts are actually the same as well. I think Total Drama is still the best season of Total Drama. So while there have been a lot of great seasons that Cobra is about to get into, I don't think even the reboots, and while definitely the first season reboot definitely comes close, Total Drama Island just has that special unique charm to while I can admit Total Drama Island is not a perfect season, even I can't deny that. It's one of those things where even the lows aren't that low, but the highs are extremely high. So I generally don't think there's like a general bad episode in this show. Obviously, some are better than others, obviously. Like, yeah, still some that definitely not better than others, but even those episodes have some great moments that I remember vividly. I remember coming back to. Basically, you get 22 contestants that are basically like stereotypes of a lot of reality show contestants that we normally see. And they definitely do play a lot more off those stereotypes. The times will make them actually feel a little more fleshed out as season goes on and actual character development. And well, yeah, some of the early boosts definitely don't get a lot of time to shine right now. Like Ezekiel, who's the homeschool guy, Eva, who's the girl that had the manager issues, Noah, the brainiac know-it-all, Justin, the hot guy, Katie and Sadie, the best friends, and Tyler, the jock. They really don't get a lot to do this season if you really think about it. After they get more to shine in LA appearances. Everyone else's season is definitely gives a lot of time to shine. Like Cody can be a little creepy in terms of Glenn, but I still like Cody. Beth definitely has a moment, especially in the later portion of the season. Courtney has a pretty interesting elimination that I will talk about. She's basically the CIT know-it-all. Harold, the nerd. Of course, can't put out a show now, nerd. Trent, the musician. Bridget, the surfer. Lindsay, the dumb blonde. DJ, the mama's boy. Izzy, the crazy girl. Jeff, the bro dude type of character you always see. LaShawn, the sassy personality. Duncan, the bad boy. Heather, the queen bee. Glenn, the goth girl. And Owen, the fun, lovable goofball. Look at all basically playing off reality people we have seen from reality shows. And a lot of them do get a lot of time to shine this season. Even the ones where I want to say have like Eva Ezekiel more so on the eliminations. Noah basic also having an elimination. Of course, he will definitely become a favorite character later on in the show, most on World Tour and the Doctor's Race. Justin, he's more known for just being quiet this season. Don't remember much to say about Justin, if being honest. King and Sadie, they're just there. And Tyler, of course, being eliminated because he was afraid of chickens. No joke, we'll get to challenges in a little bit. But at least all of them do have a lot of time to shine. A lot to go through arcs. Of course, the standout's obviously the Queen Bee Heather, who plays the great villain of this. Basically, is the antagonist of the season, playing up with the villain trope that we see in like shows like Survivor. I think she has a lot of manipulative, crazy moments that somehow end up working. And the fact that she'll make the final 3 is insane, but that, while I'd say her plans are probably a lot more flawed than you remember them being, it's still pretty impressive stuff, with at least a downfall all the more satisfying. Which again, I will get into. Of course, you got Gwen and Owen in the final 2, I think are also fantastic characters. Duncan definitely has always been a standout to me. I think Duncan's the one that's always been my favorite in every season. And he's the only character that's by how much they really show him. I never get sick of Duncan. And he just has some mainframe one-liners and great moments in general, and some great back and forth lots, especially with Gwen, Heather, Owen, DJ, Jeff. So many players, like, especially Bad Boy. You can't help but like when he's on screen, mostly because of his funny, hilarious moments. But I pretty much enjoyed the contestants on this season. Also, not really much complaints aside from some of the early ones not getting much screen time, most of Justin. And the animation I say holds up pretty well, obviously. It's not the best looking animation in the world, but it definitely is still very nice looking. It does have some nice textures to it, nice colors, nice all that jazz. Of course, we get to a lot of moments where the season shines. I think the challenges is definitely where the season shines to. Well, while there actually are very simple challenges, I mean, the first one is jumping off a cliff into chocolate-infested waters. That's it. And after that, it's just making a hot tub, which is basically different from the previous one, but again, I think what always makes Jumps is so fun is basically just the interaction between the characters and the cast and what ends up going on. Next episode's literally them actually trying to stay awake for one period of time, dodgeball, talent show, night in the woods, facing your worst fears, going to Bonnie Island, paintball, deers, cooking, who you can trust, boot camp, extreme sports, pain, finding keys, hide and seek, bike race, horror movie, finding animals, being paired up with someone, doing random challenges, being like being stranded on an island, basically people once again, their challenge, and a relay race. And, I feel a lot of challenges are pretty much very simple in theory. But again, it's always the back and forth between the cast, the back and forth between the characters, that makes the challenges so incredibly memorable. The ones that always stick out to me is, of course, the horror one is always the one that sticks out to me. Honestly, most occurs at the interaction between Duncan and Gwen and DJ being a scaredy cat. And of course, the villain, we call it being an insane psycho killer with a chainsaw and a hook. And what happens at the end of the episode is also pretty hilarious. I don't want to get that way, but it is pretty hilarious. And it makes me smile every time I always think about that scene. In the boot camp episode, again, they're actually talking Courtney, as they kind of have a little bit of a showmance going on in that moment. Once they're back and forth is great. And of course, Chef being Chef was also a memorable player on the season. At least he's more memorable in later seasons, but he's definitely a memorable one. You also got the host Chris McClain, who is definitely a pretty great host, honestly. This is where he's definitely insane, but he doesn't care. It's something that, spoiler alert, which is something that in later seasons does change. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there. And that episode, I forgot how good the episode was, honestly, especially with the elimination. Where basically Harold was probably said to be the boot, and then 20 some reason gets voted out, and they're like, huh? We voted for Harold though. I'm no fact that we all voted for him. And then basically Courtney is when they found that Harold, sick of Duncan's antics, basically rigged the votes. And vote Courtney, which I remember being I don't remember being like a huge Courtney stan when this season aired, honestly. I actually don't know why it was, honestly. I mean, not that Courtney's bad, obviously. I mean, she's definitely a fan favorite for a good reason. Like, Courtney is sort of fan favorite for a goddamn reason, obviously. I was obsessed with her, and I never knew why, obviously. I never knew why, honestly. Like, I genuinely do not know. But that makes for an incredible elimination and great episode in general, one that's gotten up a lot on my episode ranking on this season. But that's definitely no one. Like, I mean, even the early episode, like the big sleep, where everyone has a lot of interactions. It also starts running between Gwen and Trent. That's like a major part of the season. And of course, Heather basically starting lines with Lindsay and Beth, and about banter and everything. And then you got the Fear episode where we see Gwen be buried alive and her bonding moments with Trent. Cody actually being a nice guy in the next episode where basically he tries to hook up Gwen and Trent. I don't feel like I mentioned it already, but they also got the starting to run between Jeff and Bridget. The baseball episode has some fun moments. The cooking episode is fantastic, especially with the bringing down Heather and everything. And basically got the rivalry between Sean and Heather, which when those two fight, honestly, it's actually pretty hilarious, makes it some pretty satisfying badass moments. It's actually when they literally rock Heather in the freezer. That actually has happened. Of course, the Heather Gwen rivalry is also a very memorable aspect of the season as well. Like, basically everything with the contestants really stand up to Heather and actually give her taste of her medicine are some of the best moments of the entire season. So where one of the final 9, the Lizzie elimination, is BS, like they can't catch a break in the show, which we'll get into when we talk about action. We'll definitely get into that when we talk about action. But her basically just pulling off Heather when she was, holy shit, Heather's a mean person! Like, you're a two-faced, backstabbing, lying little yeah, they literally bleeped it out. I didn't think she actually says it, but I don't think the movie makes it pretty even more hilarious. And yeah, this season does have a couple of bullshit eliminations. Probably the only like, true negative I have for the season, aside from what I mentioned earlier with the previous contestants, is that there are a couple of issues that are kind of bullshit if you really think about it, mostly because Lizard Nation, of course, the LaShawn elimination, where they had the previous contestants obviously vote out the one in the choice-based tricks in the LaShawna, and it's because they couldn't figure out way to actually do that, so they decided to pull the bullshit out of the hat. And Trent was definitely an unfortunate one. Of course, the Courtney one, but that was more for fun purposes than anything, and I don't mind that. But yeah, we definitely get to more bullshit eliminations later on, which we'll get into. But again, when people say that the header is amazing, which leads to the Triple Doctor episode, which is still by a landslide the best episode of the show. It is still the best episode of total, not just this season, but probably total drama period. I'm not joking. So I rewatch the episode constantly. The dares are incredible. Owen and Gwen basically teaming out to kick a header, and having Lindsay, a lot of people have a dare that basically gets header kicked out, but not doing it. Like, it's incredible. Like, one of the most satisfying moments I've seen in any TV show. Period. Period. And it's also known that the total drama actually does not, until the recent seasons, never really had like a true canon winner. That's what I mean is that some countries basically have alternate endings. So basically have some countries have one person win, like some countries, I forget what specific countries are, but there are some basically where Owen, the bad little guy, ends up winning. And some basically where Gwen, the goth girl, ends up winning. And there's some ones I prefer one of those. I think I kind of put Owen ending honestly. That's why I always get Owen the true canon win the total drama. So not like Gwen's the alternate is never bad or anything. It's just I have my preferences, and I stick with Owen being the preferred winner, at least for me. Obviously, the interaction between the cast members are great. They're definitely a lot more serious. Again, as far as some BS mission, I don't think this is a true bad episode. I also think the outdoors episode's probably my least favorite. Well, it's because like Katie Sadie can be kind of annoying on, so I'm not gonna lie, but everything that's not involving those characters are still pretty good, so I can still watch it. Well, sure. And then of course the Search Do Not Stray episode, where basically Gwen and Trent basically actually kiss for the first time, and somehow Trent actually believes Heather is telling him that Gwen can't stand him. And you believe fucking Heather of all people, and you let her kiss you. I think this episode was good, but that, even when I first watched it, I never got. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? But yeah, it's one of those shows I can honestly rewatch over and over and over again. I remember certain scenes vividly. I remember certain moments very incredibly well on this show. So I think every episode has this one great standout moment, which is to actually a pretty satisfying finale. And of course they have a special later awards where basically they have the they may have a chance to pay for $1 million, which of course ends up leading to the next season, which we'll get into. But yeah, there's so much back and forth, so much insanity that occurs in this season. It's basically the perfect animated reality show package. And the music is great, the animation is great, the character moments are fantastic. I can rewatch those moments over and over and over and over again. And it just makes I just like get so giddy whenever I actually think about this season. So yeah, Total Drama Island still holds a special place in my heart. I absolutely adore Total Drama Island. It's my opinion still is the best season of Total Drama. I think it's probably still gonna be the best what Total Drama gets. Again, the reboot on which I think is actually going to finally air Cartoon Network because I'm building this. About time, by the way. It is definitely in debate, obviously. Was definitely in debate for a while after watching it. It's like, oh, Total Drama's actually good again. They remember what made Total Drama good in the first place. But I don't think know how much seasons they end up anything. I'm not sure how many more seasons we're going to get honestly later. Total Drama, for being honest. In the end, I don't think any season is really going to top Total Drama Island for me as the true best season of the show. I want to definitely have some good seasons later on and also some pretty terrible seasons. Total Drama will always hold a special place in my heart. Oh guys, I hope you enjoyed me discussing Total Drama Island. I'd love to know your thoughts on the first season of Total Drama Island down in the comment section. Did you guys have your fun memories of the show? What are your favorite contestants? I said if you watch, I think Duck and Heather are still my favorites. But I'm besides from the early boosts, I pretty much enjoyed the majority of plays on this season. At least some of the early boosts do get interesting and better on later seasons. Get interesting, being good or bad, but we'll get into that. What are your favorite moments, favorite episodes? Let me know if you want me to do an episode ranking of Total Drama Island down below. And again, in the future, I do plan to do videos on action and Roadtrip. I'm not sure I might do them after this portion, but we'll see how it goes. But I do hope y'all enjoyed me discussing Total Drama Island. I'm Samuel World from Samuel Productions. This is Nostalgia Road Trip, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!